Entering a rental agreement often feels like signing a contract of design neutrality. Landlords typically prefer a blank canvas, usually painted in shades of eggshell or beige, to ensure the property appeals to the widest possible demographic. For the tenant, however, this neutrality can quickly feel clinical and uninviting. The living room, the space where we unwind, entertain, and spend the majority of our waking hours, deserves more than bare walls and the echo of emptiness. The challenge, of course, lies in the lease clause that prohibits drilling holes. But constraints are often the best fuel for creativity. Transforming your living room without damaging the drywall is not only possible, it is an opportunity to explore versatile, innovative, and sophisticated design methods that traditional homeowners often overlook. By shifting our focus from permanent fixtures to flexible solutions, we can create a space that feels curated, warm, and distinctly personal. The illumination illusion. Wireless wall sconces. Lighting is arguably the most critical element in setting the mood of a living room, yet renters are often stuck with harsh overhead ceiling fixtures that they cannot change. Traditionally, adding wall sconces required drilling into studs and messing with electrical wiring, a definite violation of any standard lease. However, a brilliant design hack has recently taken the interior design world by storm: the magic light trick. This method involves purchasing standard wall sconces, but ignoring the wiring entirely. Instead of hardwiring the fixture, you simply mount it to the wall using heavy-duty, industrial-strength adhesive strips. Inside the sconce, where the light bulb would usually go, you place a remote-controlled, battery-operated LED puck light. The result is instant architectural elegance. You can flank your sofa with 2 brass sconces or place a reading light above a favorite armchair. This adds a layer of sophisticated, ambient lighting that makes the room feel expensive and finished. Because the light source is battery-operated, you are not tethered to outlet locations, giving you complete freedom to place these fixtures exactly where they look best visually, rather than where the wiring dictates. The industrial chic. Wire grid panels. If you appreciate a more modern, industrial, or minimalist aesthetic, wire grid panels are an exceptional tool for wall decor. These lightweight metal grids can be mounted easily with small adhesive hooks that are virtually invisible behind the wire structure. A grid panel acts as a versatile mood board for your life. In a living room setting, it serves as a dynamic, ever-changing gallery. You can use wooden clips or mini binder clips to display distinct items. Photos. Create a rotating display of instant camera prints or postcards from travels. Greenery. Clip on air plants or dried eucalyptus bundles to add organic texture. Art. Display smaller art prints or sketches that might look lost on a large wall by themselves. The beauty of the grid system is its three-dimensionality. It pulls the decor off the wall slightly, creating interesting shadow lines that change throughout the day. It is far more engaging than a flat poster and allows for constant reinvention without ever touching the wall adhesive itself. Vinyl decals. The subtle statement. While peel and stick wallpaper covers an entire wall, vinyl decals offer a more precise and often more manageable approach to wall patterns. Think of decals as temporary tattoos for your home. They come in every shape imaginable, from irregular polka dots and geometric arches to complex botanical illustrations. For a living room, consider using decals to frame a specific area. For example, you might place a large, arch-shaped decal in a terracotta or sage green tone behind a sideboard or a console table. This visually zones the area, creating a focal point that draws the eye. The arch mimics the look of a painted architectural feature, adding depth and grandeur to a plain rectangular room. Decals are generally much cheaper than full wallpaper and easier to install since you don't have to match seams across a large surface. They are perfect for renters who want to add a splash of color or a specific motif, like a flock of birds or falling leaves, without the commitment of covering a whole wall. The soft wall. Curtains beyond windows. We are conditioned to think of curtains solely as window treatments, but fabric is one of the best ways to cover large expanses of boring wall space. Creating a curtain wall is a dramatic move that adds incredible softness and acoustic dampening to a room. You can achieve this by using a tension rod if you have an appropriate alcove. If not, Lightweight curtain rods can sometimes be held up with specialized adhesive rod hooks designed to bear significant weight. By hanging floor-to-ceiling sheer or velvet curtains along a blank wall, you create a sense of luxury and height. This technique is particularly effective behind a sofa or a television. It hides the wall completely and provides a textured backdrop that feels intentional and cozy. If you have a particularly unsightly wall, perhaps one with old, cracked paint or strange utility panels, a curtain wall is the ultimate camouflage, effectively erasing the problem while elevating the room's comfort level. Floating shelves, the adhesive revolution. The concept of a floating shelf usually conjures images of heavy wooden planks drilled deep into studs. However, technology has caught up with the rental market. There are now lightweight floating shelves specifically designed to work with high-strength adhesive strips. While you cannot load these shelves with heavy encyclopedias, they are perfect for lightweight styling. In a living room, a trio of small white or black adhesive shelves can hold succulents, small framed photos, or travel souvenirs. Stagger them at different heights to create movement on the wall. This allows you to introduce horizontal lines and interrupt the vertical monotony of a plain wall. It gives you a surface to display the knickknacks that make a house a home. The key is to check the weight rating of the specific shelf and the adhesive strips carefully. Stick to lightweight woods or plastics, and ensure your decor items are within the safety limits. Large-scale mirrors. Expanding the horizon. While we touched on leaning art in other contexts, the specific use of large-scale mirrors deserves its own focus in the context of living room expansion. In many rentals, living rooms can feel boxy or cramped. A large mirror is not just decor, it is a spatial illusionist. Instead of trying to hang a heavy mirror, which is dangerous without drilling, opt for a full-length floor mirror with a sturdy frame. Lean it against a central wall. The reflection effectively doubles the visual space of the room and bounces natural light into darker corners. To make it feel like a deliberate part of the wall decor rather than just a dressing mirror, style the area around it. Place a tall potted plant on one side and a floor lantern on the other. This integrates the mirror into the room's design, anchoring it to the floor while it visually opens up the wall. Conclusion. The no drilling rule is often viewed as a barrier to sophisticated design, but in reality, it is merely a different set of parameters. By embracing adhesive technologies, leaning techniques, and the strategic use of textiles and lighting, a rental living room can achieve the same level of polish and personality as any owned home.